We are in the Mountain West for a great nightcap. San Diego State and Boise State. Rich Waltz, Bob Wenzel, Amanda Guerra. You've got San Diego State, who's 2-0. They've won 5 straight. Boise State has won 11 in a row. They are 5-0 in the Mountain West. And the Broncos have a couple buckets to start this ball game. Nathan Mensah. Pulliam has to save that. Kick to the corner. Butler's 3 is off. This is Bradley, a great scorer. Mensah, no. Armish. And here comes Boise State.
Boise offensively is a better team. They have more scorers and they're much more well balanced. San Diego State relies on its defense and Bradley's scoring, and then they try from their defense to get runouts and some easy shots.
And there's some mystery here too tonight, Bob, because San Diego State has been off on a COVID pause for 2 weeks. Boise State, this is their 5th game in 11 days because they were on a pause. Brian Dutcher told us, I know our defense is going to show up. The offense, it may take a while to knock some of that rust off.
Both of the coaches told us that the veterans handle all of these situations that we're seeing in college basketball better than the young guys. And Leon Rice, when we asked him about this kind of situation, his response is, so what? Now what?
That's right. Well, I'll tell you now what. It's the Chase Freedom Unlimited starting lineups. All right, we can't start without mentioning the shot that Marcus Shaver hit Thursday night to beat Utah State at the end, right?
He was 0 for 10, Rich, just like you sometimes. And then he made a 3 at the buzzer to beat them at Utah State. So that's a credit to Rice. The way he coaches his guys, you know, they're not afraid to make plays. You know, they don't play looking over at the bench. And that's part of the reason why he's been able to have such a great program at Boise.
There is Leon Rice. And a 6-0 start. He couldn't have scripted it any better. This has been a tough place to win for everybody in the Mountain West. Brian Dutcher had made sure of that. He's had just an incredible ride. This is year 5 after taking over for his mentor, Steve Fisher. Coach Fisher is in the house. And so are a trio of officials who are sorting out a clock issue. This is not a natural pause for us to reset the game and bring you up to speed on who's who. There's Coach Fisher and his wife here. His son Mark, an assistant. I asked Mark Fisher, who's an assistant on Brian Dutcher's staff, how are you going to get the rust off this offense? He said 3 things: transition points off turnovers, swing the ball side to side, and if that doesn't work, call Toronto and see if Malachi Flynn is available.
He is the guy who can go one-on-one. He is a bulldog, man.
Bradley kicks, Pulliam, ball fake, penetrates. Butler beats the buzzer but misses the shot.
You know, when you're talking about Coach Dutcher and we were talking to him, his emphasis in this game, he said, we got to rebound with these guys. Boise State is +8 on rebounding. They're one of the best offensive rebounding teams in this conference.
That's offensive in more ways than one. Time now for our keys to the game. Brought to you by Daisy Cottage Cheese.
Win the rebound battle, Boise, and they can do that. Shaver, junior, in double digits. He only, in the last 2 games, he's been in single digits. He can't have that happen. And the signature defense right now is the key for San Diego State in every game that they play. This is a great start for Boise here.
The question is, can they turn those turnovers into points? Shaver, who hit a jumper just like that early, and this is what San Diego State wants to do. They want to get out on a turnover or a missed basket. Armish was late getting to the post, but he blocks the shot, and the ball rolls off of Johnson. And this ball's going Boise State's way. Underway in the Mountain West. For those of you watching on CBSSports.com, our streaming coverage will conclude after the commercial break, but we'll continue on CBS Sports Network. And you can find us by going to CBSSportsNetwork.com/channel finder. You're watching college basketball on CBS Sports Network, presented by Chase Freedom Unlimited. In the Mountain West, good start for Boise State. Rich Schwartz, Bob Wenzel, and Amanda Guerra. Leon Rice couldn't have scripted this any better, partner.
No doubt about that. 6-0 to start this game for the visiting team. And when you come in here, there's such an aura about the great defense of San Diego State. It can play with your mind. And Rice is a good coach with mental kinds of things, too. He's got his guys ready.
Well, the defense is so impressive that it is our AT&T 5G fast analysis.
Well, what's great about defense? Well, we love shot blocks. Right here, Mensah, their center. He blocks this shot. He's got 31 on the year, blocking on the perimeter and inside. And fast hands lead to steals, lead to fast breaks. And this way you don't have to play 5-on-5 in the half court. That's the name of the game for the Aztecs. And so far it is not there. Mensah, terrific shot blocker. Both of these teams extremely experienced. Bunch of seniors and fifth-year guys. I think the only guy on the floor right now is Degenhart, number 2 for Boise, who's a freshman.
And he's been a difference maker. He's the guy that popped into the starting lineup at the start of the win streak. They are 11-0 with him as a starter. Acott against Butler. Shaver pops out. And that one short. 6-0 Boise State on top.
That was a rebound, my friend. That was a big-time rebound. Pulling is the second scorer. Kid with the ball right here. Point guard, very experienced, quiet kind of leader type. But Bradley needs some help, and they need some threats.
Tried to split through the screen. Shot clock is down at 5. Pulliam good with floaters. Not that one, though. And here comes Acott and Boise State on the run. Great catch, key jab. Seiko ties him up. Pulliam jumps on board. And that's going to end up going back to San Diego State. Or did he call a timeout?
Lob pass. Sprint back. Tom Brady would have loved that. And right here, before he goes up, Seiko gets all over him. Pulliam comes in also. Nice scrum.
Timeout on the floor. Good start for the Broncos. A quick timeout, 6-0. Boise State on top. And the Broncos will hold on to the possession on a baseline out of bounds. Emmanuel Acott to toss it in. Leon Rice's team is really thin. They don't have a whole lot of depth. They play a tight 2- or 3-man bench.
Well, his son, Max Rice, is in the game right now on the far wing, number 12.
Armish pick and roll, but no pass from Acott, who drives over a rope. And Seiko has the rebound. Here come the Aztecs.
That was really good defense. Acott is a 6'8" point guard. Pulliam, this game is physical, and I think he's getting bumped. His slight frame is bothering him in this game.
Mensah gets it up and in. Second effort.
You got that right. Repetitive jumping. The left-hander taking care of business there. Full court pressure.
Degenhart, nice drop off. Acott put it on the floor.
Look at all the guys in the paint. When the ball goes to the paint, they attack it like mosquitoes in Florida.
Up the floor is Butler. And he draws a foul. I've been there. There are a lot of mosquitoes in Florida.
Let's take a look at it. Watch when the ball gets into the paint. Look at the white jerseys. They attack. 3 guys on the basketball. 1, Mensah, stays high. The other 2 guys go low. That is great defense. I appreciate watching that.
Pulliam is out. Bradley back in. Bradley, a terrific scorer.
They are guarding him well.
Butler hits a 3.
Boy, did they need that.
Yes.
Butler's more known as a defender. He's now 10 for 21 from 3 on the year, which is a good percentage, but not enough quantity.
Boise State has played a lot of basketball in the last 10 days. Armish is bumped and goes down, and that's a foul on Mensah. First personal.
Butler. He takes a look. The closeout was late. The basket's good. 10 for 21.
Butler is one of these guys for San Diego State, a program guy who didn't really have a starring role last year, but he and Seiko and Pulliam and Keyshawn Johnson have all had to stand up and take starring roles this year, and they've done quite well.
That's been the formula over the years at San Diego State. You wait your turn.
Shaver to Armish. He's turned away. No vacancy. Rope and Mensah were there.
Weak side. Both guys blocked that shot. Armish is a big, strong dude, I can tell you that, from Serbia. And he met a wall.
I would need more than two hands to count the number of great big rim protectors that they have had in this great run here, starting with Coach Fisher. They always seem to have someone that's just giant, whether it's a Marcus Slaughter or Winston Shepard. Remember Skylar Spencer?
Sure, yeah, Skylar. He was aptly named for a shot blocker.
Yes, he was. All right, so look, I mean, early impression here, the question was, is Boise State going to be fatigued with all these games they've played and travel? And is San Diego State going to have rust offensively?
Right, and I think what's happened right here is those things are important before the game starts and in the first few minutes. They really are. Fatigue could be a factor late in the game, but the rust comes off pretty quickly once you get into the flow of the game.
I think you're right. Maybe that Butler three did the trick, and that's a three. That's Shaver. Gorgeous baseline out of bounds, and a clean three and a 9-5 Bronco lead.
Shaver was under 10 points in his last two games. That's a formula for success. I mean, for not success, and they won anyway, which is a very, very big deal.
Bradley waits for a screen.
Boy, they are all over him.
He drew three men. Seiko stumbles out of bounds. That's a turnover. How do you compile an 11-game win streak?
Well, you score a lot of points. That's the one thing. But the defense is what really did it. You know, I mean, they really played well. And the rebounding margin, you know, that's the key for this team in any game that they play. They do not give a lot of second shots.
So it does go to 11. They would like to get it to 12 and come away with another road win. Rice stumbling. Shaver. And a Rope, who had a really good game at Utah State, gets his glasses knocked off. Gets the ball to Bradley. Whips it across to Butler.
Boy, they give up some open shots. Now you got to play 5-on-5 against a good defensive team. Woo! Nice pass.
Tahiro Diabate with a bucket. Diabate, who doesn't play a whole lot, the transfer from Portland.
That was like me dishing you to ketchup yesterday. They've used a lot of guys already in this game, Aztecs. When you play tough defense and you extend it, it's exerting. You need rest. You got to use a lot of players.
Najee Smith and Lucas Milner also off the bench right now for Boise State. Shot clock's down. Key jab. Beat the clock. Missed the shot. There have been a lot of late shot clock threes. Seiko transition. Missed badly. Bradley three. You can see the Broncos want to push it as much as they can.
Rice has been a non-shooter this year. Hip surgery in the offseason. Last year he shot 36%. This year he's 1 for 20-something. So he's not a factor offensively, at least not so far this year.
Butler driving. And scoring.
Another second effort bucket, Rich. Nicely done. This is a good game. Very competitive. Shaver is walking down the floor. He is very tired right now. Crowd coming alive.
Rice, there's a three, and he got it.
Look at him pray to the heavens.
Max Rice was 1 for 24. And as you noted, last year he was a terrific three-point shooter, but the hip surgery kind of played with his shot, and he's hopeful that those days are behind him. Butler driving. Boise State is an elite rebounding team.
Lucas Milner, the big guy in the game for Boise. Not used a lot. Fatigue's a factor right now. Got a mismatch. 7-footer on Bradley and the interior.
Rice again. No. Seiko has the rebound. Bradley.
The closeouts are coming quickly and well by the Broncos, especially against Bradley.
Steps into the three and hits it.
Talk about threes contested. You can't contest any better than that. And he made it anyway.
He's really been hot from three in his last 5 or 6 games. Shaver, who's played a lot of basketball in the last 11 days.
He's got the ball a lot, too. That matters.
Rice got it up off the rim. Milner has the rebound, and he and Diabate crash to the baseline.
I'll tell you what, we got some action going right now. 3-point shots from deep. The defense is stellar. Guys are going to have to make them. Rice, watch his reaction. Thank the heavens, I finally made one. And at the other end, Bradley. The closeout was fabulous. The ball went in the basket anyway. 12-12.
Really good way to end the basketball day here tonight in San Diego. 12-12, San Diego State, Boise State. Let's check in with Amanda Guerra. Hi, Amanda.
Hey, guys. Good evening there. You know, team's coming off a COVID pause. Coach Dutcher said, look, I really don't know what this Aztec team is going to look like. Either there's going to be a little rust, which we did see at the beginning of this game. But since then, they have definitely heated up. Coach is telling them, look, every single point matters. And when it comes to shutting down Boise State, you got to watch the three. Now, as for Boise State, they've been hot to a start, but we're going to see if they need to keep up that energy tonight to get this win.
All right, Amanda, thank you. That's fun here. I mean, look, there's a lot of mystery in this game, Bob Wenzel, because of the layoff and because of all the games that Boise State has played. It comes down to this. There's some really good teams at the top of the Mountain West.
Oh.
We just saw Wyoming escape, and
Colorado State.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, Palm's got 3 in. You know, I mean, Boise is not in, but Jerry Palm has Colorado State, San Diego State, and Wyoming in. Wyoming has the best net of any team in this conference.
Rice misses a 15-footer. Mensah has the rebound. Bradley waving for the ball.
He wanted it. When you got a guy like him on your team and you're the point guard, your eyes have to be knowing where he is all the time. Because in this game, he's not going to have a lot of clean looks. So if he's open, you got to get it to him when he's open.
Timeout, the Maryland transfer. He's a stretch 4. He can shoot the 3. Acott.
He's hunting that.
Yes.
Acott has not had a shot in a long time, and he's a very, very talented kid. Transfer from Arizona. He's really their point guard. They don't really play with a point guard, but he's their 6'8", leads a team in assists. I think he's a tremendous player.
He's got Bradley.
Yeah, this defense right here is very solid. Look how long he is. He can play off and still challenge a shot. Stays with him on the dribble. That is great D right there.
Kason Pryor with the rebound for Boise State. Degenhart's back in. Armish back in. Rice and Acott remain. Acott uses a big screen.
Challenged well.
And rebounded by Keith Dinwiddie Jr., who's in for the Aztecs.
It's interesting how Mensah is not afraid to go way out on the floor. And he's not worried about what's behind him when he goes out there and challenges these shooters.
Tell you what, Armish is a really good low post defender.
He's physical. Very physical. Plays below the rim, but his body is strong.
Bradley misses another contested 3.
Nice block out by Armish that you just mentioned. Number 33 from Serbia. He can play.
He had his best game ever. Double-double, 22 and 19, and he rolls to the bucket, blocked by Mensah.
Mensah had 31 entering the game. He's got at least 2 now.
Dinwiddie misses a 15-footer. Both coaches are just screaming, go, go, on every missed shot or turnover.
Well, they don't want to play 5-on-5. Nice play by Degenhart right there. Leon Rice is going to get a timeout. I think this is for fatigue. He's used a bunch of guys that don't normally play already in this game, and Degenhart, the freshman, takes care of business. You drive the lane against San Diego State, you're going to run into a wall named Mensa. But Degenhart, right there is the block. Degenhart answers and gets a running hand in the hoop.
You're watching college basketball on CBS Sports Network, presented by Chase Freedom Unlimited.
As aggressive as this game has been at the defensive end, there have been no free throws shot by either team so far, which means that these guys really know how to play defense. Sometimes you can be very aggressive and foul too much.
A lot of football this weekend as well. Bob Wenzel, and tomorrow morning, 9 Eastern, that other pregame show gets you ready for another day of divisional playoffs. It's right here on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Now, on Friday, late morning, the Broncos are staying at the same hotel we are staying in, and I walked by the pool, and there was a huge commotion going on. So I looked over, and the entire Boise State team was in the pool. They were doing a leg day, trying to get the lactic acid out of their system. They played late into the night in Utah on Thursday night. They chartered, got into the hotel, got to bed around 3 in the morning. And they were all about recovery on Friday.
Yeah, that's what you want to stay off your feet. When you do exercising in the pool, there's buoyancy, right? So you don't have to worry about pounding your legs. Bradley has been off because he's been defended well. Shaver got a rest from that timeout, and he's their best offensive player in this game. Handles the ball mostly. That was a wise timeout there.
Armish against Mensa. Those are two really talented bigs. And airborne was Tomajic, and he lands on Armish.
Yeah, Tomajic is a little less experienced, and of course you jump second always. You don't be the first guy leaving his feet when you're close to the basket. Right here is a good spin move. The pump fake gets him off his feet. Both guys leave too early.
Turnover. And a live ball turnover.
Yeah, but the Broncos got back, so they're still playing 5 against 5 between the three-point line and the basket, and that is not a strength of the Aztecs.
Butler, along with Seiko and Bradley. It's a strong move. Degenhart lost the rebounds. It's going to go Boise's way.
Butler had a layup and was contested and missed it. He's been the leading scorer so far in the game for San Diego State, and is not happy with himself there. Frequent substitutions by both coaches here.
Yeah, Leon Rice is going deeper than he usually goes.
Indeed. He's playing some guys who haven't played in a while.
Now, Najee Smith plays a lot off the bench, and he's in right now. He's got the headband on, along with Shaver at the bottom of your screen. This is Pryor. He hasn't played a lot this year. Lost it. Again, shot clock runs down. Give and go. Armish can't finish. Keyshawn Johnson. Here comes Bradley. Mensa trails, and a free throw.
What a play. They need to rush the ball down the floor and get shots in transition. And right here you're going to see it. Terrific play by Bradley to lay that off to Mensa. Even though the Broncos were back, Mensa just made a good play and got a foul.
2 weeks ago, Brian Dutcher had a long talk with Matt Bradley, and one of the things he said is exactly what you just pointed out. Look, winning games in the half court is hard. I want you up and down the floor. I want you hunting shots in transition.
Yep.
And an offensive rebound is kicked away. Boise State has the basketball.
You don't want Johnson dribbling in the paint like that when it's crowded. That's a formula for a turnover.
Shaver cut off.
That was great defense by Mensa and Bradley. The nice hedge and back to your man. Now the switch. Got a mismatch here.
Against Bradley. Armish plows them over.
Offensive. Boy, that is great D. They hedged the first time. They switched the second time. And right here, clearly taking the charge. Second foul here. And that's a key guy going to the bench right now, although there's only a couple of minutes left here in the first half.
He's their best offensive rebounder by a long shot.
No doubt.
Had 10 in the win on Thursday night.
Here's an ISO. Hijab looking behind him.
Seiko got it.
He was out early when we got here, and he was working on his three, sweating like crazy. They need his shooting. Averages 6 a game.
Great back cut and a finish by Acott.
Yeah.
Butler rushes it up the floor. Johnson turns down the three, and then he runs over Hijab. We're on pace for a Mountain West record for offensive fouls in this one.
Adam Seiko, that's not an offensive foul. That's an offensive three. Nice done there. And at the other end, beautiful cut right here. Acott finishes. Nicely done.
Coming up, AT&T 5G at the half. Brent Stover, Wally Zerbiak, Brandon Rush, and Seth Davis. And a busy day of college basketball. Lots of highlights, lots of stories. It's AT&T 5G at the half. That's the gas lamp. It's a cool place to go when you're in San Diego. We are headed to Amanda Guerra.
Hey guys, I want to talk about Adam Seiko. He says he's approaching the season in an entirely new way. This past year, he had the opportunity to play for Uganda's national team in Africa. His mother is from Uganda. That's how he qualified. And not just that, take a look at this picture. He got to play alongside his brother, Arthur Kaluma, who's now at Creighton. He said it was one of the most emotional experiences of his life.
All right, thank you, Amanda. And if you were watching all day on CBS Sports Network, you saw Creighton and Arthur get a win over DePaul.
Well, right now, San Diego State's doing a great job on the offensive glass. They've got 7 offensive rebounds for only 2 for Boise, but they're not getting a lot of points, only 4 points on those plays. So good challenge by Boise when there is an offensive board.
That's a sweet move by Abu Hijab.
Yeah. He's the second best rebounder on this team. And he plays around the basket well. Sometimes he wants to handle the ball too much, but when he gets focused on playing and doing the things that he can do, he's effective.
Seiko short. Johnson. And it's going to Boise State.
That was airball city right there by Seiko.
That's someplace you don't want to go to.
Hijab. Notice the 2-foot stop. He avoids the offensive foul. The player for San Diego State was under the rim, so that's a non-call play.
Good rotation to Shaver, and that's airball city. Population 2.
I'll tell you, the officials are letting these guys play. There's been a lot of contact, and that's why it's such a low-scoring game right now. Some guys are shooting bricks also. There's no doubt about that. But sometimes these drives to the basket, there's a lot of contact, and the officials are letting them play, and the players like that. How about that behind the back pass?
Acott spinning against Johnson's a really good defender. Missed it. Mensah the rebound.
See, that could have been a foul too. You know, the fans are thinking that way. It's a good non-call.
Butler against Acott, who's been everywhere tonight. Rebound put back Johnson. Mensah, or rather a rope, got in. And a rope with a rebound. Not in the bonus yet at 1:30 left.
Forget the bonus. There's only been 1 free throw taken in the whole game so far, which is crazy. He's surrounded by people.
Both teams have only 4 fouls this half.
It's amazing. And, you know, of course, the clock resets to 20 on situations like that. That device right there is to take away some lactic acid in the muscles. You know, he's going to push that on his thighs to keep him warm when he gets in. Oh,
Mensah from Pulliam.
They keep coming at you, man. Aggression's the name of the game.
Key jab going. Key jab, and a rope collide. That should be free throws.
How about this out of bounds play? This is some really cool stuff. A screen and then a roll to the basket. And that's good execution of end line out of bounds plays. A lot of them happen in every game. You can't ignore them in practices. End line out of bounds plays, sideline out of bounds plays, out of bounds plays with 3 seconds left to go to the length of the floor. All those kind of special situations are in the playbook.
Speaking of practice, neither of these teams have had a lot of practice lately because of the COVID pause. San Diego State's first practice over the last 2-week span was on Monday, and even then Brian Dutcher couldn't go the whole way, and Leon Rice hasn't practiced because this is game 5 in 11 days.
Yeah, but that's better.
Yes,
that's way better. You don't want to be off. You want to be playing games. And Leon said, you know, all these guys want to play in the NBA. Here's a little taste of it, you know, play every 2 days. Sometimes back-to-backs, right? But these guys are doing it for 2 weeks. The NBA is doing it for 4 months.
Bradley's had a variety of bodies on him. Pulliam rises and hits.
Wow.
That's his best shot, amazingly, is that off-balance floater.
That's a 9 on the degree of difficulty scale.
1 point Bronco lead.
Look at Mensah out here guarding Shaver. Look at, man, that is something. They need a switch.
It stays with Boise State. 10 on the shot clock. 28 seconds left in the half.
I have not seen many guys better than Mensah as a center, hedging out and guarding guys on the perimeter. He has been very, very impressive in this game, as he is his whole career. But I mean, guarding Shaver, who's a quick, small guy. Usually those guys fake, and go on the big guy.
They offer an advanced degree in that here at San Diego State. Aycock gets by him, lobs for Milner, broken up a rope, shot clock expires.
Great D. Again, Boise had an opportunity inside with a size differential in their favor, and San Diego State came down and grabbed the ball when it was down by the guy's knees. Very, very well done.
So what we have here is 18 seconds left. Neither team is close to the bonus. The final moments of the first half, a physical first half between two of the top teams in the Mountain West.
What you would expect, right?
The ball is in Trey Pulliam's hand.
So you want to take the last shot, obviously, and leave an opportunity for an offensive rebound.
Pulliam, there's that floater again.
You were right.
That's his shot. He hit a shot just like that to beat Nevada at the buzzer here last year.
San Diego State just got a warning. Watch when this ball goes in the basket. Mensah pushes it and throws it out of bounds. See, we have it. Well, he kicked it maybe or something, but they just got a warning for delay of game.
2.6 to get up the floor. Let's see if Shaver can get a shot. Half court heave, and that was pretty close. Boise State got off to a 6-0 lead, and then San Diego State found their legs, and they really battled. Physical first half here in the Mountain West. And the crowd here at Viejas Arena, who has seen so many wins over the years, is hopeful that tonight brings win number 300 in this great venue and this great building. The Aztecs have won 299 at Viejas, winning 77% of their games in this facility. And obviously, neither team has a loss in conference, so a very important Mountain West game. Chris Acker, assistant coach for San Diego State, is with our Amanda Guerra.
Hey guys, yeah, I'm here with Coach Acker. Your former team, by the way, and Boise State. A little bit of a slow start, but you guys have sure heated up right now.
Well, it's two really good teams playing against each other, and you know, credit to them. They're doing a great job defensively, and our guys are trying to find their rhythm. So it's going to be a great second half.
What's the biggest adjustment you need to make in the second half?
I think we just need to really slow down offensively. We're going to be who we're going to be on defense. We just need to slow down, and then when we get opportunities in the half quarter and transition to make plays, we got to make them.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right.
All right, Amanda. You got to be tough and strong to survive in this one. We're headed to New York in a moment. You're watching college basketball on CBS Sports Network, presented by Chase Freedom Unlimited. Our nightcap tonight on CBS Sports Network is presented by Chase Freedom Unlimited. Viejas Arena, one of the great venues in college basketball. 23-22. Neither team has a loss in the Mountain West. Rich Waltz along with Bob Wenzel. Amanda Guerra will join us shortly. This was not for the faint of heart.
That's for sure. This was for the people who love defense, because we saw plenty of defense in this game. But here's two guys who stood out a little bit at the offensive end. Mensah, the starting center. Right here, he is the trailer on this play, uses his body control. That's what he's known for, the shot block. And right in here, he takes it hard to the basket. On the other hand, the smallest player on the floor is Marcus Shaver. He had 7 points and got a lot early in the game, and toward the end of the half, didn't make as much of an impact as we were going forward right here. Very tough game for both teams. The key statistic in this game, as we look at the free throws, this is very unusual, 1 for 2 and 0 for 1. But 9 offensive rebounds on the part of San Diego State has allowed them to take a few more shots. Everything else is really equal. Three-point shooting is equal. Rebounds are fairly close. Field goals are fairly close, and that's why we have a game that's only a 1-point game. But if San Diego State continues to dominate the offensive glass, they're going to win the game. Neither team is operating well and efficiently in the half-court offense when it's 5-on-5.
Amanda Guerra caught up with Boise State head coach Leon Rice. Amanda?
Hey guys, yeah, I talked to Coach Rice. He said, look, this is a defensive battle. You got to win at the boards. Whoever wins at the boards is going to win the game. He said, we're doing okay on rebounds right now. We're winning that battle by 1, but it is all about defense here tonight.
All right, thank you. And one of the things that's been really impressive, Bob Wenzel, is the defense that Leon Rice and Boise State have played against one of the top scorers in the conference, Matt Bradley.
They've done a great job on him with length. Key jab on him right now. Acott was on him before. Both of those guys are 6'7", 6'8", and long arms. Anytime he comes off a screen, they help. They've done a very, very solid job on him.
Let's see what adjustments both teams make. This is Mensah and Armish. Mensah backing in. Hook, and Armish clears the glass.
Armish has 0 points in this game. He had 22 points and 19 rebounds against Utah State. He's been kind of invisible in terms of stats, but he is limiting Mensah as well defensively.
Armish gets through, missed it. Those are two strong men fighting over that basketball.
Jump ball. Mensah stays on him by himself. Nobody's there to help. And he not only challenges the shot, but gets the rebound as well. That is not easy. Mensah has very long arms.
Arrow goes to Boise State. Shaver, Degenhart, Acott, key jab, and Armish out on the floor for the Broncos, who have won 11 straight. Degenhart, he can play anywhere. And he doesn't get the roll there. Bradley sucks up the rebound.
Bradley made him take a jump hook from about 12 feet instead of a layup. Bradley giving away inches, but he's a very strong dude.
Puglia misses a 16-footer. Neither team was able to get many fast break looks or transition looks. Both defenses got back quite well.
Look at his hands.
Armish That one rolls out.
Armish is going to get a little draw some self-confidence right here. I mean, he can't make it go in.
0 for 5 in the ball game.
Right back.
Degenhart. Maybe not a broken ankle, but a pretty good sprain there to send him down on that head fake.
Well, he slipped, and then the ball came back quickly, and that was the first open look that Bradley's had. Degenhart, nice pump fake.
Drives, kicks, Acott.
I'll tell you what, now we can't make excuses, because now these guys are shooting some bricks because they are wide open on these shots. The execution is better in the second half, 5-on-5, but the wide open shots are not there. You got to question how badly their legs are feeling right now. When you start missing threes in the front end of the rim, that usually has to do with your legs.
Butler drives. Degenhart swipes it away. He's an outstanding freshman from Spokane. Key jab in the post. That's a mismatch with Pulliam. That's why Butler comes to help.
You're right about that. Butler sensed what you said and came out hard.
Shaver. That's a big shot for Boise State.
Mentz is open temporarily.
Pulliam starts, stops, and it stays with San Diego State.
Marcus Shaver is a guy who could be the difference maker in this game. This is challenge, but he's fading away, and he shoots the ball very high. And that's what you have to do when you're fading away. If not, it's going to hit front rim.
He was 0 for 10 to start the game at Utah State, but that last shot he took was the game winner with 1.7 seconds left. Leon Rice said when he came out of the game with 2 minutes left and he went back in, he just whispered in his ear, "Don't worry, you're going to make your next one." And he was right. And give Leon credit. He did not call a timeout and allow Utah State to set up their defense. He had confidence in his guys. No timeout, and Shaver hit the game winner. Butler chasing, Shaver driving. Bradley in the corner. He was open for an instant.
You cannot drive into traffic. Both teams play great help side. You've got to make some perimeter jump shots. Johnson wide open and just hit back rim.
That's not happening for either team right now.
Nope. And they sense it. There's only 1 or 2 guys who can make threes. They're being guarded tightly. Everybody else, as soon as a dribble or a pass comes into the paint, it's attack mode.
Acott spinning. That doesn't go down. Armish in a sea of hands. Acott's out of bounds. Not for the faint of heart, Bob Wenzel. Not for the faint of heart. 2-point Boise State lead.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Chase Freedom Unlimited. How do you cash back? By Daisy Cottage Cheese. Discover why only Daisy will do. And by AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, and secure.
In San Diego, 25-23, Boise State's early second half. Embrace the cowboy way of life with PBR. The best bull riders in the world go head-to-head in Gwinnett Invitational. PBR Unleash the Beast tomorrow night, 8 Eastern on CBS Sports Network. And let's check in with Amanda Guerra. Amanda?
Hey, Rich, yeah, we were wondering at some point tonight if we would start to see Boise State get a little tired. Reminder, this is their 5th game in 11 days in 5 different states. Well, coaches are finally talking to them about it, reminding them to keep up your energy. You have to be explosive on the court. Keep it up, keep going, get those boards. It looks like we're starting to see a little fatigue, though, for this Broncos team.
Well, Amanda, it's right now both teams just fighting the defense, trying to get shots. Bob, as you noted, there have been some open looks. They still can't knock them down.
One team's 1 for 7. The other team's 0 for 4 in the second half.
Trey Pulliam. Every time a Aztec heads towards the paint, there's 3 orange shirts that converge. Bradley, a rare touch for him in the second half. Pulliam, late clock. That almost hit the clock. If you were Brian Dutcher right now, I mean, how do you jumpstart an offense that hasn't played a game in 2 weeks?
You know, what he's doing is he's just trying to rely. He knows he plays good defense. He's trying to rely on that, but it hasn't really worked so far. So, I mean, he's got to just stay with what they do, try to play as tight as they can on Shaver, and not let. He's the only guy in double figures in the game, number 10 for Boise. So he's the one who can take care of some business here.
Degenhart gets in tight and draws contact. And there'll be a brief ceremony here because we haven't had a lot of free throws. So please, everybody, recognize that these are free throws. I think there were 3 shot in the first half, and these will be the first 2 of the second half. This guy's really been something. Terrific player in Spokane. Hopped into the starting lineup, and they've gone 12-0 with him in the starting lineup.
He's a facilitator. He understands he's the youngest guy out there. He doesn't try to take over. He just plays within himself. He's got good numbers, as you can see, nearly 9 points average. He's capable of big games. He will be a high usage player as his career goes on here. And he will score a lot of points at Boise.
He's a perfect player for Leon Rice, who likes versatility, guys that can do a lot of different things and play a lot of different positions.
There's not enough effective screening going on for the Aztecs here. Here's an ISO in the low post.
Degenhart with a foul, and that's going to get a rope to the free throw line.
This may have been a walk. His pivot foot's his left foot. Does he drag it? Yes, he does. He picked up his pivot foot after putting it down, so that actually should have been a travel.
Rope, not a great free throw shooter.
38% on the year. And San Diego State is not a good overall free throw shooting team. Bradley shoots 80.
The Broncos are even worse. The Broncos are at 59%.
Yeah.
Much to Leon Rice's consternation. 3-point game. Boise State with the lead in the ball. Acott trying to shake loose of Lamont Butler.
They want Degenhart in the post. It's not there.
Key jab against Bradley. Butler comes in for the double.
Butler's a great defensive player.
Shot clock expires. Airball City.
I'll tell you what, Butler came from nowhere to help out on that drive into the paint. He knows exactly when to come to help and when not to. Look at this help. Here he comes. See, that was going to be a turnaround jumper in the lane, and he gets there, and there's no shot. That's great D.
Butler shares the point guard duty with Pulliam against Degenhart. Goes right at him, and Degenhart blocks the shot and then throws it out of bounds.
Yeah, but you know, you look at that play, and Butler needs to take a jump shot from 12 feet. I mean, he drives right into people. Take a look at this. I mean, he's got a jump shot back there. Instead, he goes all the way to the basket among the trees, and he's not going to get the shot there. It's not going to go in.
Turn away from your television set.
This is ugly looking. Those are ugly looking stats.
1 of 14 combined from the field to start this second half.
This is the guy who's got to get it going.
And he got a clean look and misses.
That's a tired-looking shot right there. Notice how it hits front rim. And he's a very, very good shooter and a strong player.
Max Rice in the game. Degenhart against the rope.
Again, great help by Butler. His hands are everywhere.
You know, you brought up a good point. We've been talking about San Diego State and, you know, being rusty and Boise State being fatigued. But remember, Brian Dutcher, they didn't really practice at full speed until midweek. And a 2-week layoff, they may not be in game shape right now.
They're definitely not in game shape. Definitely not. The pause, as we call it nowadays, takes
nice.
that away from you.
Degenhart.
I think Degenhart senses a little something here, and Leon Rice probably talked to him about it, that the other guys are not really getting the good shots, and he's sort of the forgotten guy out there. They come off him to help and everything.
A rope. That's only his 7th 3 attempted this year. Shaver.
Degenhart's got it.
Degenhart. And a reach, and I think 2 free throws coming up for Degenhart.
Definitely. See, Degenhart senses that he's got some ability here now. I mean, he knows he's got ability, and they have not paid close attention to him because they're helping off of him. And now he's made 2 terrific plays in a row.
You know,
Tomajic, you know, needs to pay more attention to him when he's in the game.
Finding talent and recruiting is an art and a science. Degenhart was in 8th grade. Leon Rice spotted him, and, you know, he saw him and kind of followed him. And it was Robin Rice, his wife, who said, that guy's going to be a player. This is a guy you're going to need to look at. And you know what? She was right.
I don't know. Wives are not allowed to recruit. They're not, you know, you're only allowed to have a couple of assistants recruit now. Don't be saying things like that. Speaking of, Rice's son is now in the game. Made a 3 in the first half and celebrated.
This is Pulliam. He's doubled.
Nowhere to go. Guys are driving into traffic. The defense is everywhere.
Tomajic spinning. Boy, they need points from somebody right now, San Diego State.
Tomajic needed to shoot that off the backboard. You turn that way, it's a backboard shot, not a direct shot at the rim.
I mean, a 7-point lead feels like a 15-point lead.
Yes, you're right.
Acott gets to the rim. And Boise State stretches that lead. San Diego State takes a timeout.
Acott is 6'8", 215, and he's got a handle. And right here, the hesitation move gets him close in. 33-24 visitors.
In San Diego, Boise State trying to make it 12 straight wins, and they have a 9-point lead over San Diego State. Tomorrow noon Eastern, women's basketball, CBS Sports Network. George Mason and St. Bonnie starts at DePaul, heads to Xavier. Tip-off right here on CBS Sports Network. Hey, if you don't know about DePaul women's basketball, you need to pay attention. Look at this. Doug Bruno has led them to 17 consecutive NCAA tournaments. And they right now sit at 7-1, 15-4.
Well, San Diego State fans can take heart because they were down 9 to Arizona State and came back. Bradley is 1 for 8 from the field. His teammates are not doing him any favors because he moves without the ball and he has not been getting open. And you got to wonder, you know, you annotated very well the amount of time that San Diego State has been not practicing. But even when you practice, there are some rules about the number of minutes guys can play with this situation that we have in our country. And
Johnson and Smith got a hand on it and maybe a body on him as well.
You got to you got to wonder if that's basket interference, and it can't be reviewed. But you know, that looked like a dunk, and I'm not sure that the hand of a Boise State player wasn't on it.
Pick and roll, and Degenhart from Acott.
They're looking pretty good right now, and Degenhart is the guy who started it. He and Acott are finding one another right now.
Little bounce in the step of the Broncos with this 11-point lead. Pulliam kind of put a shoulder into Shaver, misses the shot. Boy, they are shooting below 23% now from the field for the game with San Diego State. Degenhart. Acott falling away. Acott. Look at Rice. And he was out of bounds when he came down with the rebound.
Great hustle.
And Rice is down.
Now, that is coach or dad right now. You're wearing two hats there, right? He's fine. Great hustle.
The hip surgery was last year in the offseason.
Both guys going after it. Rice called a timeout when he had the ball, but you're not allowed to do that anymore when you're going out of bounds by rule. Acott coming out of the game. He really did a terrific job in the last few minutes.
Yeah, the burst by Boise State has given them an 11-point lead. Impressive, too, because as we've noted, they've been sluggish tonight, too. And this crowd is growing restless. Butler driving. Got it up and in.
That's the first time Butler has used his body to protect the basketball from the defense. He was exposing the ball to the defense, driving into traffic earlier in the game.
First points in the last 4.5 minutes.
Well, Bradley is on the bench right now getting a rest. And they're going to need him to explode to get back into this game.
And Degenhart with a starring role. Remember, Armish is on the bench with 3 fouls during this run.
Yeah, but he hasn't been a factor in the game. This guy has been the biggest factor in the game right here.
That's about as physical a charge as you're going to get. He got his money's worth, but that is a foul on Degenhart.
Degenhart, you know, gained a lot of weight and strength in the summertime. He's 6'8", 232. I mean, he can knock you over, that's for sure. And Butler's got courage because he takes it right in the chest.
Matt Bradley is the leading scorer for San Diego State, 16 a game. But he is struggling right now.
1 for 8.
And not in the game right now.
He's resting.
Butler, shake, bake, charge. Yes.
Help side defense is all over the place in this game. That's good scouting by the assistant coaches. Look at that. 5 jerseys of Broncos in the lane on drives. There has been very few drive and dish to the perimeter for threes, as we're witnessing so much in college basketball right now.
Pulliam swipes it from Rice. He's in the lane. Johnson, Degenhart rises to meet him. And the rebound ripped down by Kejab. Or excuse me, that was Najee Smith. Degenhart doubled. Another steal. But they're not turning these into points. It's missed shots and turnovers.
What we're seeing in this game is great effort by both teams. Great effort, especially defensively, taking charges, driving. But we are seeing really lack of offensive execution, especially by San Diego State. And we're attributing that to the long layoff. On the other hand, the reason that Boise has gotten a little bit of an edge here is because they started executing better in the half court. They have more scorers on the floor.
Shaver drives. There have been a total of 2 fast break buckets, and for the life of me, I can't remember either of them. Right? I don't know where they came from, but on the score sheet, each team has 1 fast break bucket.
Armish is in.
Shaver drives. Great cut. Key jab lost it. The ball goes straight up. Another opportunity. Butler is fouled. Shaver was riding him.
We've saw so few calls in the first half, in the first really 30 minutes. In the last 2 minutes, we've seen a whistle almost on every play.
3rd team foul on Boise State. 5 team fouls here in the second half.
There's a lot of tired guys out there right now.
Bradley drives. Mensah, not the guy you want outside. He tries to creep in, but he runs into Armish. Muscles over Armish.
They cleared aside that time. He made a great move and a tough shot.
Couple buckets in the lead. Down to 7.
Switching. All screens, but guarding the dribbler is key.
Key jab, stripped to the ball, a rope. Shot clock down. They refeed Acott against Butler. Acott muscles, falls away, missed it. Mensah the rebound.
This is one physical game. I just got elbowed when they went by here.
Inadvertent. Bradley, and it goes. And maybe the Aztecs have a run in them. Mensah is down. A little 6-0 run right now, which in this game is a big one.
Bradley. Strong, powerful, glass, rim, in.
You're watching college basketball on CBS Sports Network, presented by Chase Freedom Unlimited. 7 minutes left here, 35-30. Boise State on top. We're going to revisit our AT&T 5G fast analysis.
Boise State defense. This is called rim protection. When you hear somebody talk about rim protection, this is rim protection right here. Blocking shots close to the basket. This is challenging the jumper. Look at the fadeaway and blocking out close to the basket. This is help side defense and block shots. Boise has done it all in this game. We know the reputation of San Diego State defensively, but Boise, I'll tell you, is playing just as well and better in this game defensively.
And of course, the Broncos have won 11 straight. San Diego State has won 5 straight. San Diego State a 2-week pause coming into this for COVID. Not a lot of practice time. They had to literally shut things down for a good week. There's your field goal numbers.
It's too bad for San Diego State in a lot of ways. I mean, they beat Colorado State when they were ranked 20th, 79-49 in this building. And this team doesn't resemble that one iota.
Degenhart floats one up. And Mensah has the rebound. San Diego State can cut in a little closer. A 6-0 run. Butler. Acott got a hand on it. Nicely done. Swiped back by Lamont Butler. Out to Seiko. Missed the 3.
Bradley was wide open on the weak side. And Seiko decided to take it himself. Not a good decision.
Bradley 2 of 9, 1 of 5 from distance. Back cut, Shaver. Bradley poked it loose, and it went off of Shaver. And Leon Rice trying to settle his team down right now.
They don't need it. Errant pass. I'll tell you what, though. Guys like playing for Leon Rice and Brian. But Leon Rice lets his guys play. You know, he's not going to take guys out for making a mistake like that.
Mensa spinning. Mensa! Left hand hammer. Wow.
Where did he jump from? The foul line?
And this run continues. The lead is down to 3.
Extend. Length. And hops. 35, 32. Slam that thing, Nathan.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Marco's. Pizza lovers get it.
Well, an 8-0 run for San Diego State after Boise State had a 13-1 run and a 3-point Bronco lead. Rich Waltz, Bob Wenzel, Amanda Guerra, Brian Dutcher's in there somewhere, Leon Rice, and his Boise State Broncos have won 11 straight. It's been a tough physical game, and we got 6 minutes left of it.
San Diego State had 9 offensive rebounds in the first half. You know how many they have right now? 9. 0 offensive rebounds. So that guy right there emphasized that at halftime. There's no doubt about that. We've had 2 runs that have changed the tenor of the game right now. The question is, does Dutcher's team have another run in, or does Leon Rice's team have another run in? We've had 2 runs the entire game.
Yep. All right, Acott with Butler on. It's amazing at 6'8", handling the ball against a supreme defender like Butler. Acott does it well.
3 guys have 10 points in the game. 2 for Boise, and Mensa has his for San Diego State. That's it. Those are the high scorers.
Degenhart against Mensa.
He has 10.
Lost the ball, got it back, shoots it, got his rebound. How about that? Shaver out of bounds.
Shaver, nice stoic attitude right there. He thought maybe he got fouled. That play was right in front of us. It was a bang-bang play. Bradley hit him on the arm a little bit. But they're letting those go in this game.
Bradley got it
Right away. Matt, catch it and shoot it. Do not hesitate. Even if you're being closed out, they need you.
And the run has reached 10 for San Diego State. Shaver driving. Shaver got it up. Tipped by Smith. A rope rebound. Bradley on the move. Seiko around a screen. Pocket pass Mensa. Acott. What doesn't he do? I mean, he defends. He's a point guard. He rebounds. Shoots the 3.
We've had so many almost plays in this game. Degenhart almost made a great play last time down. Clear.
Offensive.
Leon Rice wants a flop, but he's not going to get it. Let's take a look. He's coming into your living room here. Bradley does a great job. We've seen a bunch of charges in this game. Guys playing with their feet first before reaching. That's the key.
Down 11 about 3 minutes ago. San Diego State has a chance to take the lead here. A rope.
Good play. A rope is a non-factor at the free throw line. That was an intelligent foul right there. Nice huddle. You like when players huddle up in tight games. It's more important than having the coach talk to them. You know, the cohesiveness.
5 team fouls on each side. A rope is 1 of 3 from the line.
Yeah. The problem with having a guy like him in the game at this juncture is you foul him automatically. He's only shooting 38%.
Missed them both. That feels like a turnover.
Yep, it is. Problem is, at this end, he does yeoman's work on the boards and defensively.
And he's been guarding Degenhart and guarding him well.
Yep. He's not leaving him. He doesn't want to switch.
Key jabs doubled. The designated doubler, Butler, came over, but he fouled. 35-34, Boise State. It's been gritty. It's been tough. And it ain't done yet. 1-point game. Two of the top teams in the Mountain West, presented by Chase Freedom Unlimited. Let's take a closer look at a play we love, brought to you by Marco's Pizza.
Well, we love Mensah, and this is 3 angles of this superb dunk that he had a few minutes ago. Nathan Mensah, you got to love him.
Our keys to the game brought to you by Daisy Cottage Cheese, and we revisit them.
Win the rebound battle. Boise State's ahead. Shaver in double figures. Check that one off. He's got 10. Signature defense has been there, and the depth of personnel has also been there. They've only scored 6 points, but they've been out there hustling on the D. So both teams have really accomplished their keys, and that's why we have such a tight game right here with 3:52 to go.
Remember what Amanda Guerra reported early in the game when she said Brian Dutcher in the first timeout told his team, every point is going to count, every possession. And man, she was right. It's a tight one. Armish.
Smaller player.
Shaver. They've done a pretty nice job of shadowing him. Seiko is on him right now. Shot clock down at 5. Shaver. Got to get it up. He does. And it doesn't draw iron.
Nice.
A turnover.
Nice defense by Seiko there. Shaver pump fake, and Seiko almost left his feet. If he did, that would have been a foul.
I mean, the Mountain West can just look out here today and say, our all-defensive team this year is this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. Because they've been terrific on both sides.
There's 30 of them in the league.
Bradley, tough shot, missed it.
I like the shot. He's got to have that pull-up jumper.
Degenhart has been the best offense for Boise State in the second half. Ball knocked loose, a rope, rolled over, not a walk. Here comes Bradley. Acott stripped him of the ball. This is nuts. That's a 3. That's a big one. And that's Butler.
That's a charge on your man from Spokane. He was moving without the ball, and Butler took the charge not on the ball handler, but on the cutter. Take a look at this. I'm sorry, it was Bradley. That's 2 in a row that Bradley has taken. Butler, can you make that shot? I guess so.
This is a 13-0 run now, and Boise State has not scored in 8.5 minutes.
Wow.
Bradley wants the ball. Gets the screen.
He's got a good matchup here.
Armish. Butler. Again, and it rolls out. Wow. Halfway down and right back out. Broncos need a bucket badly. And Bradley fouls. That's the 7th team foul.
Is this a 360? Indeed it is. 360 degrees around that rim and out. Butler had just made one previous to that on the possession from the corner. He's been a spark plug, man, for this team. He's one of the most decisive help side defenders I've seen in a long time.
1 and 1, 1 and none.
How many rebounds is that for Bradley? He's only 6'4". He is cleaning the glass.
He's got 6.
Wow.
Timeout, San Diego State. Aztecs have the lead by 2. 37-35. This is a heck of a run by San Diego State.
We haven't seen a lot of offense for them for the entire game until just recently. And of course, the dunk gets people excited. Bradley's decisiveness is important. And the 3 from the corner gives them the lead. Different guys doing it. Mountain West Conference. Top 4 teams: San Diego State, Wyoming, Colorado State, and now Boise.
Wyoming won tonight, barely, by 2 against New Mexico. They're unbeaten in conference.
Yeah, they're 15-2 or something like that. 11-game winning streak is on the line, and 16 home game winning streak for San Diego State. These teams know how to win. Sometimes it's ugly. It's always aggressive and always entertaining.
Especially in this building, and this would be win number 300 in this great venue for college basketball, which they opened in 1997.
Kawhi Leonard won a few games here.
Yes, he did.
Two timeouts left for San Diego State. 1 for Boise. Boy, they're denying everything. You want Bradley.
Well, you've got a rope on the floor. Remember, not a good foul shooter. Bradley cut off.
You could foul a rope as soon as he touches it.
Offensive foul.
On the screen.
Mensah.
The screener moved, trying to help Bradley get open.
The question is, can Boise State score?
Watch this screen move now. He kind of leans into him with his chest. Good call.
Acott. 5th game in 11 days for the Broncos. Almost a 10-minute drought. Acott, 3. No! Armish the rebound. Shaver driving. Cut off. Ball's loose. Degenhart.
That's going to be a foul. He was diving for the ball, but he took out Degenhart.
Degenhart, of the starters, is their best free throw shooter. He gets 1 and 1.
Man, guys pursue the basketball, don't they? I mean, dove for the ball, but took out his legs.
74%.
Ice, baby.
That snaps about a 10-minute drought. And if he hits this one, it's dead even. Two big free throws. And Boise State even at 37.
The tap of the head is a defensive signal. I'm not sure what it means for this team, but Boise's in it.
Well, it didn't mean leave Bradley open for a 3, but he missed it.
Wow. That was a clean shot for your best shooter.
Who is 3 of 12 on the night.
Still, you go to that guy. Just like Shaver won the game at Utah State. 0 for 10, makes a 3 to win it.
Shaver with the ball now. Spins from the double, rises and hits a 3! Shaver! What a shot! 3-point lead, Boise State. 26 seconds left. Thursday night, he buried one to win it with 1.7 left, and he puts the Broncos on top here. Marcus Shaver Jr., 13 points, 3 enormous ones.
Well, he did it against Utah State, and he does it against here, but the fortunate thing for San Diego State is 26 seconds to go right now. Now, usually in a situation like this, the team that's ahead does not want to foul, so the wisest thing is to drive the ball to the basket.
A rope will inbound. Seiko's in the game with Bradley, Butler, a rope, and Mensah.
Butler wants it.
Butler's doubled. Butler's in trouble. Well, Mensah. Clock is down to 10.
Too long.
Bradley driving, step back three. No, air ball. Boise State has the rebound. And the Broncos, with 0.8 seconds left on the clock, are headed to the free throw line. Wow.
Great defense, challenging the three without fouling. And right there, the foul after the ball was gotten by Degenhart.
How impressive is this for Boise State?
Boise State started the year off not playing great, and now they're playing, I think, about at the peak of how they could play. They've won 12 straight games. They're now going to be 6-0 in the conference. They are handling the situation extremely well, and their defense is really, really impressive.
The Broncos' 5th game in 11 days, and it wasn't easy. The legs were wobbly, but they hung in there. They withstood a great run by San Diego State. Marcus Shaver Jr. hits the shot of the night. The last 2 wins, Shaver with big threes. 12 in a row now for Leon Rice. 6-0. Get this team a day off or 2. They're going to get it. And you know, for San Diego State, this is a stretch of 3 games in 5 days. So, who's left unbeaten in the conference? Wyoming won by 2 over New Mexico tonight. And Boise State, it wasn't pretty. It's not going on any coaches' videos. But a 5-point win on the road here. 6-0 Boise State, 4-0 Wyoming, 5-1 Colorado State.
Look at the right-hand column, 15-4, 15-2, 15-1, and Fresno's 13-5. You talk about a good league, this is a good league.
42-37, Boise State pulls it out. For Bob Wenzel, Amanda Guerra, our entire CBS Sports crew, I'm Rich Waltz. This a presentation of CBS Sports Network, 24-hour home of CBS Sports. After the break, we're going to Honolulu, Bob, for the Polynesian Bowl. So long from San Diego.